feel like today's topic is both serious and stupid. Amigos, which is a really well-renowned rap group. And so the three guys, they rap, they feature on a lot of songs, they're very popular in the hip-hop scene. And two of them, Quavo and TakeOff, were both at a pool hall of sorts after hours. What ended up happening was that one of them was killed. So I'm going to play the video of the news report, and I'm going to give you the details that was come to light via somebody who leaked the details. A text exchange that had pictures of proof that they were actually at the event.
John, thank you. We moved to national headlines for you this morning at 7:20. A developing story out of Houston, Texas. TMZ is reporting rapper TakeOff, a member of Migos, is dead. The 28-year-old was reportedly shot at a bowling alley in Houston at around 2:30 this morning. TMZ says TakeOff was there with Quavo, another member of Migos. Sources say someone started shooting after a fight broke out.
So the story goes like this. According to the text message, I'll put the screenshot up on screen. Quavo was apparently losing, getting mouthy with somebody, was getting heated. And according to eyewitnesses, as things were getting heated and people are starting to spout off, after Quavo said something, one of the guys behind Quavo, people who were part of the entourage, pulled out a gun and started firing. And then from the other group, other shots started firing. And once the initial gunshots went off, TakeOff, who is Quavo's cousin and part of the Migos, he immediately fell to the floor. So it comes to light that before the opposition even started firing, he went down, which means what? It was most likely friendly fire, meaning his mans is the one who probably put the bullet in him into his neck. Now that's according to eyewitnesses, so story may change after more details comes out, but that's what's being alleged. He was pronounced dead at the scene, which means he had nothing left. Apparently, bullet hit his neck.
Artery.
And if you know anything about neck wounds, they're pretty much always fatal. It's very difficult to come back from a neck wound, means being just bleeds like crazy. So this has got so many layers. First off, this is an unfortunate, unnecessary death. Let's just start there. You can do this whole giant breakdown. You can break down the gun aspect of it. You can break down this aspect of it, safety, friends, fire, friendly fire. You know what the truth is? This is just fucking sad and unfortunate. And it's just like, how many more people do we have to lose to unnecessary bullshit? Be it like people with comorbidity and obesity issues, people with like stupid gun violence over bullshit, people over just dumb fights at the club over some ego bullshit. Like, it's just so fucking annoying and sad to know that we lose people who could be in their communities contributing, could be doing stuff, could have the potential to do things in the future, or whatever it is. And you just lose folks. You lose folks. You don't lose the people involved. Like, turns out TakeOff, the one who died, wasn't even part of the dispute.
The scuffle.
He was really quiet in the corner. He just happened to catch the stray bullet. And that's what happens. It's like sometimes when you hang around people who don't know how to use their head, it's the wrong person who ends up taking a bullet. I don't know. That's just, I read this and I'm not a fan of the Migos. I don't follow this right. I don't care. It's not that. It's just like, it's senseless.
It's unnecessary. It's very unnecessary, and that's what happened.
It's senseless, man.
When something is happening that's tragic, it's one thing. It's one thing that happens that is tragic. Shit happens all the time that is tragic. What hits me is really when all this shit could have been avoided. That's what hits me. Close, whether you know the person or you don't know the person. What hits is when it could have been avoided. Over dumb shit, really. You know what I mean? And some shit that we kind of do to ourselves. It's like we do to ourselves. And every time that someone always talk about their community and talking to their community, be like, this some stupid shit that we do. And we're known for that shit. And it happens too much. And then you're cast as a, well, you ain't real nigga. You ain't doing this, you ain't that. You just saying negativity. But it's negative. It's not good. And you know what happens? It happens all the time. And the best way that the person that I don't know described it was Aaron McGruder in the Boondocks. Nigga moment. That's exactly what it is. And the worst thing is, not the worst thing, but one of the funny, fucked up things is that we were talking about it before it happened. Right there in the living room. Talking about what makes it that this shit happened and this and that. And then look, boom, again. A scuffle that started because you was losing over dice.
But you know, it's not about the dice, it's about the ego.
It's about the ego.
They roll in, they lose, that's not the problem. Niggas start talking shit, Somebody don't like a little quib that someone gave them, and you'll watch how your man's is talking. And then shit pop off.
Ego.
That's all this is. It's not someone stole somebody's money. It's nothing like that. It's ego. This is why I tell people, like, your pride is oftentimes a really useless and counterproductive emotion. It's like, folks, it's not your pride. You're just full of ego. You don't know how to walk away from something. You don't know how to not push something. It's like, just let it go. Let that shit go. Because you save yourself a lot of heartache. Oh, you look like you alive. You better be alive than to die over dumb shit. This is stupid. This is a dumb reason to pick a fight and to act hard with somebody. But that's what we encourage. Don't let nobody... You think you getting punked? Just because you didn't want to go back and forth with somebody over a fucking dice? Especially in a country like America where everyone's packing and carrying. Especially at that place, at that time of night, with those kind of people, when you know people are definitely packing. It's stupid. And to know that the person who was... Okay. I don't know if this man was security or just entourage. If he's security, stop hiring your best friend.
Trash.
Stop hiring your homie. Because if them motherfuckers don't have training with guns, they're not there to protect you. They're a liability and they will get you in danger. Do you know how many times police officers who are trained get caught in crossfire? You actually can see police videos where they're abandoning all their training for no reason because they're scared or they're hyped up in the moment, and they surround a target and they're literally across from each other with a target in the middle, and they start firing. They end up hitting each other. That happens often. Now imagine untrained people and how very likely they are to just spray anywhere. Well, that's what this guy did. Who you carry yourself with, you know what I mean, who you spend time with, that'll reflect on you. You know what I mean, keeping the wrong friends around gets you in bad situations. But this, you know, you can give people all the tips in the world, and there's plenty of stuff you can do preventatively to not be in that situation to begin with, absolutely. But this didn't have to go there. This didn't have to go there. So that's the unfortunate part. Anything else you want to add?
None that we ever already said, you know.
Bruv, everyone is sharing those clips on Twitter of his body laying there, blood gushing. One thing that's also really bizarre, but is the new normal.
Thank God I'm not on Twitter then.
Yo, listen, on Twitter you'll find all kinds of gory stuff. Let me tell you, that is the new normal, and I don't think I'll ever get used to it. But the idea that you out here bleeding out and somebody just recording it, and then the next thought is like, man, this should go on Twitter or World Star.
This should be posted.
Like this man is clearly dying, and you filming and ready to upload it for some likes. Like, there's something psychologically sick there. You get me? It's like the person at the amusement park. You literally see the amusement and like the thing breaks and the dude slips out of the seat from like way up and you hear him go splat. It's not even that someone was recording. It's that they uploaded it. That's... I don't know. I don't think it is. Not entirely. I think this focus on self, this ego-driven world, that's an evidence of that. That's what I think. I think with social media, with the whole me, get likes, everything's about that. That shit and the other shit aren't that different. That's why how many dudes be killing each other over social media posts? What did you say? There was a dude who said, check my gangster. Y'all know where it is. I'll be at this address in 10 minutes. Come find me, a drill artist. 10 minutes later, this man's there. His ops go in and they murk him. Social media, ego, and likes. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, this stuff is all linked. There is a sickness in this society when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So, imagine you get into like a severe accident. And if you ever seen a car accident, a serious one, it ain't pretty. If you never like seen limbs or anything like that, a queasy stomach, it ain't pretty. Now imagine there's you in there. And the way that your mom finds out that you dead is on social media with your body parts all sewn apart. Your family members, that's how they discover you. And the reason why they discover you that way in that traumatic fashion, their child, their sibling, their whatever, pieces. It's because somebody posted it for likes. That's sickening to me. That's why I don't click on those videos anymore. I can't. It's just super weird to to think that's normal now, and I don't think I could ever get used to that. So, yeah. Anything else? You over it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm over it. It's dumb shit. Like dumb shit over and over again. It's like it's just when it could have been avoided. That's just ugh.
What are you trying to say about black people?
We could do better. We definitely could do better. There's a lot of shit out there that we keep on doing. The thing about us is that I think that our job on Earth is to break the cycle and the bad cycles and the bad things that, let's say your parents or your grandparents or, the generational trauma that's been bestowed onto us. Your job, you being here now, you watching all this, your job is to break that. And we ain't breaking shit. Fuck. Sometimes it still feels like we're stuck in the slave days, and it's always these against us and house niggas versus field niggas, and that's how we view life. It still go back to slavery and shit. And if it's not slavery, it's colonialism. Where they set us up on, we have to break that we have to break that cycle. We have to. The guns and shit like that, that's irreversible. There's nothing you could do about that. And again, it's pride. Maybe it's because I miss the good old days. Yeah, I miss that. I miss that where, when we had a problem, we'd be like, yo, it's me and you, let's go. And if you agreed on to that, it was you and that person. And after that, you got up, you shook hands, and you let that shit behind. And there was rules to it too. You can't hit a motherfucker if he's on the ground. Yo, let him back up. All right, you ready? Let's go. I'm not saying that that's better. Fuck that. It is better.
It is better.
It is better. Fuck that. You know what? And I'm not even trying to tell you that, oh, yeah, but it's violence. Yeah, sometimes that aggression needs to get out. You want to settle some shit? Let's go. And if you can't settle it, and we need to break this fucking cycle.
Man, one of my earliest childhood memories was me and this other kid were beefing. And I remember my brother and a bunch of the older kids around the neighborhood got us to the park, or away from where the parents and all the families were. Mm-hmm. They made a circle. They said, duke it out. Duke it out. Hey, you want to know how this is a true story? Because I lost the fight. What kind of nigga gonna make up a story about him losing a fight? And you want to know how I lost it? I'll never forget this. This is like one of my early childhood memories. I remember he hit me right in the stomach. That's the first time I ever couldn't breathe. Mm-hmm. You know when them gut punches right here, right in the middle, where all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, you was not ready. Yeah.
I was doing that shit. But I remember just the image of just people surrounding us in a circle and that we just handled it there, right? And I think from that point on, that was always normal. But I remember, maybe I was 19. This is when I started noticing a bit of a shift. But you started hearing about dudes at the club getting juked all the time, right? Yeah. Just somebody going to their car, coming back, right? And that became normal. And I have to watch out for dudes for the way that they were standing, what they were carrying. Mm-hmm. And then you start learning about the universal code. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going back to his car. Everybody deuces.
Yeah,
because we know. We know, right?
Dip.
If they reach into a bag, then you start learning these new signals. It's no longer like, that's done with.
You can't do
that.
And
these young cats, the way their music is set up, everything is get the blicky.
Yeah.
Everything is get the... This new wave, it's a different thing. Everything is everybody gets strapped up. We're not doing no fair fights. We're not doing no fights. Everything is going straight to God.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing is
it's different.
And it comes out to ego, like you said. Learn how to take a L. It's life. You're gonna take L's. But the society right now, when the people in the generation right now, when they were not allowed to take. Yes, you will take L's. Absolutely. It's gonna happen. Absolutely. Girls gonna give you L's. Man gonna give you L's. Everybody gonna give you L's.
Thanks.
It's fine. Learn to take a motherfucking L. It hurts. Eat that. Eat that and learn from it. Eat that shit, learn from it. That's the best fucking lessons you're gonna get. You don't want to eat that shit no more? Start thinking about how can I move accordingly so I don't eat that L again. Learn to take a L.
Some of y'all want to have kids. You guys don't think about living life in a way that you want your children to model? Do you want your kid to see that when you feel disrespected, the first thing you do is get a gun and you shoot somebody and risk prison time? There's no way. I know most of you watching, I don't care if you're part of that life or not, the last thing you want to do is see your child respond to a bad situation, get a gun, and start shooting right away and go to jail. But none of you motherfuckers want to live, let me rephrase, some of you motherfuckers don't want to live the way that you want your children to live. Set that example. Look, he said something today that kind of, stuff you heard, but it's just interesting. He said, Lakeith Stanfield says on Instagram, if you are for gangster rap or this drill shit, you aren't for black people. I think it's time to start having conversations about the way that this music and the way the iteration of it today and its one-dimensionalness is influencing these people. Because, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the wrong track. I haven't thought this one through, so I won't speak on it anymore. Anything else you want to say?
I agree with Lakeith.
All right, let us know what you guys think.